Hi, this is Teacher Paul. This episode we have something really special. I met a young man, I think he's 18, maybe 18. He got saved, he accepted Jesus about a year ago, and his life has changed. Now he calls himself a preacher boy, but I think he's a preacher man. This is Ben Wilcox. Ben lives in Mount Morris, New York, and he has a little message for us today. You're going to enjoy it. If you like it, comment, and of course, share to everybody. This is good. There's hope for our youth. This is good. This is exciting. You'll enjoy it. Ben Wilcox.
Hi, my name's Benjamin Wilcox. I am a preacher boy, is what they call me in the United States here. I'm someone who is learning how to preach. I've been in church for about 1 year now, and I want to tell you about my testimony, and I want to give you a little message and a little encouragement for today. A year ago today, not exactly a year ago, May 5th it would be, I came to church for the first time. Before that, I had been reading my Bible for a short period of time, and about a month later, I had accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I had gotten saved. I didn't grow up in church, so it was very hard for me to accept that Jesus would want to save me. It was a very eye-opening experience to know that I'm loved by God, and I am very grateful, and I haven't looked back, and I'm very excited to share with you guys today something that is very important to me, something that has encouraged me, and something that I think that you might like. In Isaiah 40, it talks about just how big and strong and powerful God is. And I think one of the issues that we have with understanding what God can do in our life is understanding just how powerful He is. In Isaiah 40 verses 12 through 17, it really talks about this. In verse 12, we'll start here. It says, "Who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance? Who hath directed the Spirit of the Lord, or being his counselor hath taught him? With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him? Taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed to him the way of understanding. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity." The first thing that I want to look at here is at the very beginning in verse 12, where it talks about the waters are measured in the hollow of his hand. Think about all the water that you've ever seen, all the water in the world, all the water in the universe, you could say, was measured in the hollow of his hand. And if you don't know what the hollow of your hand is, it'd be this part right here, your palm. And I don't know about you, but I cannot fit that much water in my hand. That is a very, very large hand of God. And it goes to show just how big and powerful He is. And then you go on, and He meted out heaven with the span. Think of all of everything that you see when you look up. Think of the clouds, the sun, the moon, the stars. He stretched it out and formed it in a span. Now, what is a span? A span is half of a cubit. Cubit being from your fingertip to your elbow. So that means that he would have stretched the heavens from his fingertip to about halfway down. How big must God be? And the next thing we see is he compressed the dust of the earth in a measure. He took everything, all the dust, all the dirt, and he just squished it together in his hands. How strong must God be? And next we see in verse 17, my favorite part of this, that all the nations before him are counted as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. So think of all the nations in the world, all these big powerful nations with these strong people and all that they have and all that they can do. They are counted to him as less than nothing. Now, less than nothing to me doesn't even make sense. I can't describe to you how powerful God is with words, because I'm not smart enough to find the words for it. But less than nothing sounds impossible. And when we're talking about how strong God is, it does not even make sense. And with God being so strong, and with God being so powerful, and all the nations, all the world, all these things being so small compared to God, it makes me wonder, what do I have to fear? Why am I afraid? Why am I worried if God can save me? Why am I worried if God can bring me to heaven? Why am I worried if God can solve my problems? Why am I worried if God can do things in my life? God is so big and we are so small, and all I can do is trust in God. And I'm grateful that you can hear a message from me in the United States. I hope that maybe one day I'll get to see you. God bless you. I hope that you can grow in your faith and that you can continue in your work. From the United States, we love you. God bless you, and you have a good rest of your day.